And hello, everyone. Welcome back to another post-match show after a week hiatus. Um, Today's match sees West Ham and Southampton share the points, drawing by a score of 1-1. As always, I'm your host, Chris, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Irish Tommy. Mate, how you feeling after that?
Disappointed actually. The 3 points were there for the taking, and we were much the better team today, has to be said. And unfortunately, we just weren't quite sharp enough in front of goal. Also, a really fucking dodgy goal that they scored.
Yeah, we'll
You
get into
know,
that.
we'll get into obviously, but yeah, basically, happy with our performance overall. The far better team. We were much better than Southampton today. We dominated that game, but unfortunately, only come away from it with a point.
Yeah, it does feel a bit lackluster. Team selection again is something I'm gonna always question. The fact that we're putting in Ben Johnson as a center back while we have Ogbonna sitting on the bench, but um, things like that just don't make sense. But I completely agree. We were definitely the better team today. It is a little bit disappointing not to come out with all three, but at least at the end of the day, at least we got something. It's not a complete waste. We're not, or it's not a loss, and there's a lot of positives to build on from this
Yeah,
match. I think.
yeah, no doubt. Look, obviously, we're disappointed we couldn't find a winner, the winner we deserved. But like I say, the performance was really good. We were much the better team. I think we dominated Southampton for large periods. We pinned them back, deep in their own half. It's a pity we started so slow because that was the reason really that Southampton took the lead. I mean, we were very poor at the start of the game. Those opening 20 minutes, and it really wasn't until we went 1-0 down that the players kind of pulled their socks up and said, "Right, we better get going here and
Yeah.
start playing some football." And it's a pity we didn't start better because I think that we absolutely would have won that game. They wouldn't have scored.
Yo, I
If
agree.
if we'd have started the way we played most of the game, the way we played after they scored, they could have been there for 2 days. They wouldn't have scored against us. Um, we were in complete control. It's just a pity about the slow start, really, which cost us. And obviously, then the goal was just a complete shit show. Can't remember who took the throw in, but he absolutely stepped out over the line for the throw
Yeah.
in. VAR didn't even look at it. Then Jared
No,
Bowen
they
was.
did. They did on our end. I don't know if we have different announcers or not, but they said the VAR had a check on it and said that they were fine with it, which is
I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually, but obviously it wasn't on live over here, so I was streaming it and I did lose sound for a while. So I just didn't see anything on screen that suggested Bear was looking at it, but they didn't put anything on screen. But you may be right. Maybe Ver looked at it and said "Yeah, that's okay," um, which is bizarre. But and then even after that, Bowen was going to intercept the kind of ball across into the center, and the referee got in his
yeah.
way and blocked him off, which allowed Perio, is it, to get the shot away. Then it took a deflection. It was a shot that was going to be saved comfortably, by Fabianski, and it took a deflection which took it just inside the post. So I mean, geez, talk about your luck being out.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, yeah, the degrees in which we got screwed on that one by everything, whether that be the throw in, the referee blocking Bowen. Yeah, I mean you're exactly right on it. I don't know how they can allow that to stand, and it's going to be another situation where Premier League comes out, I imagine, with a statement in a couple of days saying, "Oh, that goal shouldn't have stood." Well, thank you, but that should. What does that do for us? We still lost the points. Are you going to reinstate them?
But that's it. Yeah, unfortunately, when these things happen, there's just no comeback. You just get a kind of mealy mouthed apology, and that's it. I mean, we got the same thing after the Chelsea game, mealy mouthed apology,
Yeah.
investigating it, and absolutely nothing has been heard since.
Yeah,
So
I'm just so over the platitudes like that. I'm just so over VAR like having a discussion on it week in week out. Like, what is the purpose of it other than this? A complete or a blatantly or foul throw that should have negated the goal. But
Yeah, and you just know damn well, if that goal had been scored against, say, Liverpool or someone, the officials in the VAR room would have been falling over themselves trying to find a reason to disallow it.
exactly.
And and they would have disallowed it for the throw-in. They would have called
Oh,
that a
absolutely.
foul throw. Yeah, so it's annoying. It's really annoying. Um, but look, I mean, this is apparently how things are now, and you're just going to have a few times during the season where you're going to feel like you've been screwed over, and it's amazing that it's still happening, even though VAR was put in to kind of mitigate against this kind of stuff, but it just
Oh,
hasn't.
one other thing on that whole build up play too is that horrible attempt for the clearance by Suchek.
Oh, Jesus! We're going to get into Suchek again today. I mean,
We have.
I just,
I'm sorry. It's something we have to talk about. Suchek and Sufal. What do they legitimately bring to this team?
I know. I just every week it's the same thing. It's like
And then
it's like
and I know that you had put a comment out on it on Twitter with regards to Flynn Downs with Moyes saying that there's some aspects of his game that just aren't there. But Suchek has it all together? I'm confused here.
yeah, it's a bizarre thing. First of all, you shouldn't be fucking saying that in public
No, I
about
agree with you on that
a young
wholeheartedly.
player about a young player who's still finding his feet at the club.
And has
He needs
won 2 man of
encouragement.
match awards in Conference League.
Yeah, I mean he shouldn't be saying that about Downs anyway. I mean that's something that a manager and a player talk about, on the training pitch, or in the manager's office when they talk about his progress and what he needs to be doing and stuff. Though that's all fine.
We'll get back to
But
Carolina.
Moyes makes public statements sometimes about players and stuff where he shouldn't be making.
No, yeah,
That
I
should be
completely agree.
behind closed doors and I saw the quote about Downs. I was a little bit disgusted by it, to be honest. I mean, it's
It's
like what he
something that
to
Moyes
me. It's like,
regularly
well,
does. It confuses me.
yeah, I mean, look, we all know he hasn't peaked. There's no secret. But I mean, digging him out like that while you're playing Sochek every week is a bit fucking rich, to be honest. You know, it's ridiculous. And yeah, and I think one of the things today showed though is that Sochek is just not going to get dropped for any reason.
No,
He's going to have to get himself suspended or he's going to have to get injured
and even
before
then,
he.
he's going to be first name on the sheet when he comes back.
Yeah,
Which
I just don't understand it. I really don't. I
I
mean,
mean, if there is a game to test Flynn Downs in the Premier League, it's a game against a team like a Southampton because our next game is against Liverpool. You
yeah,
really think
and
that Suchek is going to do or have a game against Liverpool? Do you really think that he's going to impact that game? Like, give Flynn Downs a chance at that point.
yeah, I
Like,
mean, like,
game.
so playing. I don't get it. Even if you love Solchek, and which Moyes obviously does, and you want to play him in Premier League games, then surely you've got to be looking ahead and say, okay, realistically, can I play Solchek today and on Wednesday night? I don't think you can. You watch now. He'll start Solchek again on Wednesday night, and I guarantee you, Solchek will have an absolute shit show.
It's going to be so bad.
And I
And then if
really
he
worry.
cares,
I really, really worry about him at Anfield. I really do. That game's going to pass him by. You
what I
know.
the other person who I'm really worried about is his checkmate, Sufal. He's just awful going forward.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we're going to have Zuma and Dawson back for
That's
that one.
yeah.
I think we'll almost certainly have Zuma back for it. Dawson, I
That's our
suspect.
only chance.
What?
I said that's our only chance.
Yeah, no, I like to be honest with you. I suspect, at a push, if it had been kind of really necessary, I suspect they could have been thrown in today. But I think Moyes decided, you know what, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to give you guys the extra couple of days. I'm going to need you at Anfield. Um, I suspect they'll play at Anfield, and hopefully that will mean Kerr will go back out to right back.
Yeah, let's hope, man. Terror
Yeah,
yet again, though. My God, I mean, he's turning out to be the signing of the season, not just for us, but the Premier League. I mean, for as cheap as we
yeah,
got him, I mean, he is slotted so well in, and I mean, he looks like he's a regular from the Premier League already.
Yeah, he had another really good game today, Kerr. I mean, he's been a great signing for that kind of money. He really has, and we're lucky to have him
We
today.
fleeced PSG on that.
Yeah, because obviously, Johnson needs someone like that in there with him.
Yeah,
You know, um, he
and
needs someone with that experience because he's obviously being played out of position again today. Johnson, he just seems to kind of spend his life at West Ham putting out fires. I feel a bit bad for him because he gets kind of dragged from pillar to post. He's a right back, but he never mostly he hasn't really been played there, and that's his position. But yeah, I mean, you're talking about Sofel as you were. Um, we've got as a priority next summer, if not in January, we've got to be looking saying, right, we have got to find a really top class right back who's going to nail down that position for the next
yeah.
number of years.
Well, in
But
all reality,
Cresswell
like
has
you
on
had
the other
mentioned,
side.
care because here in the next few weeks, we're going to be getting a Guerd back. Let's not forget, and at which point then we can have a back line of Emerson or Cresswell, whoever you want to put in there, Aguerd, Zuma, and then Kerr at right back. I mean,
Yeah,
that's your back line for the next 5-6 years minimum.
yeah, we're going to be looking pretty good at centre back for a while. Obviously, I do think we'll lose Oggy and Dawson at the end of the season. But
Yeah,
so we will be back in the centre back market once again. And Moyes doesn't need much encouragement to sign centre backs. He loves buying centre backs. So, but yeah, for this season, once we get everyone back, and look, Oggy was on the bench today, so he's doing all right.
it's
And I
still
think
like
I
I
think
said, it's
Dawson,
confusing as hell to me that you put in Ben Johnson out of position while you have a center back sitting on the bench, but that's just me.
yeah, it's a strange one, all right. I mean, if Oggy's good enough for the bench, surely you can start him, you know. But I don't know what the thinking was there, to be honest, Chris. But yeah, we've got to sort out next season both fullback positions. I know Cresswell is playing quite well, but I just don't see him continuing on at a high level beyond this season. He's not getting any younger. Still a good player, but he's not getting any younger. So I think we really are going to need to be looking at fullbacks next summer. We've
It
got to
feels like
get
it's a
really,
perpetual cycle at West Ham is we're always looking for fullbacks.
yeah, that position is just too important now to not have very good players in that position.
Yeah,
You've
no,
got
I
to have
agree.
really good players playing at full back. So we'll have to address that. But Sofal is just isn't it.
No,
Um,
I
I
he just
I
doesn't
also
look like
suspect, yeah, I put out my team earlier and I had Flynn Downs in alongside Rice. I think if you're gonna want to play Soucek against Liverpool as Moyes will, I thought today would be the perfect opportunity to put Flynn Downs in, say, look, it's just Southampton. We're going to have lots of the ball. We're going to control this game most likely.
Yeah,
This is a nice game for you to cut your teeth in the Premier League and get those 90 minutes under your belt. And and would also have been able to keep Soucek fresh for the Liverpool game at Anfield on Wednesday. So it just made sense to me to do that. But
yeah. No,
I
you're
don't know.
exactly right.
Moyes really expects Soucek to go out and play a really good game on Wednesday night at Enfield now after playing him 90 minutes today, and
I don't
he's a
even know if he's
liability.
capable of having a good game anymore, let alone against Liverpool after 3 days rest.
Yeah, I mean, look, he works hard. Don't get me wrong; he works very hard. He does a lot of good defensive work, and I don't deny that. He does a lot of good defensive work, but it's just on the ball, he's atrocious. He really is, and he's not scoring goals anymore either. You could make some excuse for him if he was still scoring goals, and he was earning us
Yeah,
some
that
points.
well's
You could
dry. That well's dry.
Yeah, he hasn't scored in ages. Like so, just get him out of there. His form is so poor, but Moyes isn't going to do it. He doesn't trust Downs enough yet to put him in for 90 minutes.
Yeah,
Whereas today would have been perfect for that. But look, Moyes has his ways, and that's it. But I thought there were also obviously some fantastic performances today. I thought
yeah,
Declan Rice was unbelievable.
we really needed. I mean, and we don't have to talk about him because
Yeah,
he's incredible week in week out, game match in match out. But it the way that goal developed, you could see that he was going to take the shot, and it looked like it was just put on a tee for him, and it was just like his for the taking. And my God, what a goal! What a time! What a player!
Yeah, it's we always kind of run out of things to say about Rice, really, and you feel like you're just repeating yourself every week.
Exactly.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just Rice doing Rice things, It's, it's just every week. He's just unbelievable player. He's world class, and I don't throw around the word world class lightly. I would not use that about any other player in our team, to be
No,
honest. To say maybe Skamaka is, in
Paqueta's close. I would say Paqueta's close.
yeah. Maybe we haven't quite seen it yet from Paqueta, but we probably have three players that maybe you could throw that word at. Declan Rice, 100%. He's one of the best DMs in world football. But also, I mean, Skamaka, what a player he is. Skamaka, I thought was absolutely brilliant again today.
He was
Really
very
unlucky
unlucky
not
not
to
to
score.
score. Very unlucky.
Chris, that one where he got the ball and turned and hit one from 30 yards. I thought that was in. Man, I thought that was in. I thought that would have been an
I was
unbelievable
screaming
goal.
at this. I was screaming at my screen because Skamaka also caught the keeper off his line on that, or on I think it was his last attempt chance.
Yeah,
He hammered it at the keeper instead of trying to lob it. I was like, why?
yeah. If he'd have just lifted it over him like he did against Fulham, I think he would have had a goal. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But he was unlucky today. I thought he had a great game, Skamaka. He's such a player, man. He's a
He
great player.
and I'm loving that Moyes is finally seeing the error of his ways and getting Skamaka involved.
Oh yeah, Skamaka now, there is absolutely no question, is our first choice number 9.
Yeah,
Absolutely no
and if
doubt
he
about it.
continues playing like that, he will start scoring goals for fun.
He'll get lots of goals. Yeah, he was on another day he would have had a hat trick. You know,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Just
and unfortunately, it was
severely.
just one of those kind of days for us overall. Really, it was just couldn't quite get that final pass right. The crossing was atrocious, frankly, particularly from Sofal and stuff. He's
That's one
frustrating.
thing I was going to talk about too. Why does it seem like our set piece takers can't clear the first man when putting in a cross?
Yeah, I mean, and even the corners. How many corners do we have
I think we
today?
had a dozen. I think we had a dozen corners.
Yeah, and we didn't threaten, I don't think, from any of them.
No, because they were all too low, like line drives right about chest high at the first
Yeah,
man. It's like you're not going to have any success doing that. What
yeah, and
happened?
it's weird, but it's hard to kind of understand, really,
Yeah,
because the last 2 seasons we've been absolutely lethal
and
on
we also have
corners.
one of the tallest teams, like Declan Rice. I mean, as much as we hate him, Suchek, Skamaka
Six
was
five,
in
Skamaka,
Antonio.
six
I
four,
mean,
Socek. There's
whole lineup, and we can't claim the first man.
yeah, but it's like the last 2 seasons we've been lethal on corners. Teams were terrified to give away a corner against us. Terrified. We were so good in them, and we scored so many goals from corners.
It's just
Um,
confusing.
yeah, it's confusing. It's just completely disappeared. Um,
Like
we
for
had
2 seasons, that was like the majority of our where our goals came from was set pieces.
Yeah, we scored so many set piece goals, and they've just disappeared completely for some reason. I can't wrap my
We'll get
finger
into
around,
this too,
wrap my
Graham.
head around.
You're right.
Um, yeah, yeah. Look, today I think was just one of those, Chris. On another day we score 4 or 5 goals.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, it was just one of those frustrating things. I mean, when Declan scored, I mean, obviously initially you do your usual screaming, delighted, but after a few seconds, it's just kind of just relief. It's just
oh yeah,
relief that we've gotten the equaliser, and now you're like, right, come on, we've still got enough time here. Push on, find the winner.
yeah.
Um, and
The pressure is taken off just enough where it's like, okay, play your game and see if you can't get it.
yeah, plus Southampton got even more panicky at that point, and and it was a really good performance. I have to say, obviously we'd love to have got the 3 points, but I have to say overall, Chris, I'm really happy with that performance. We dominated them, and that was one of our best performances of the season, no doubt.
Jimmy, I don't know what the health issues are, but I hope you're feeling better, man. Welcome back. Glad to have you here as always. And then Tim, I he's just trying to get a rise out of me because I hate because this was not a Fabianski issue today. I'm sorry, Tim. I'm sorry.
Fabianski played really well today.
He played incredible. Like
Don't listen to Tim. He
I
just has
know,
this
I know, I know. He just gets a rise.
bizarre hatred of
I,
keepers.
I love Ariel. I want to get Ariel involved as well, but you can't blame Fabianski for today.
No, he saved everything he should save.
Exactly.
So it's not his fault. We couldn't put the ball in the net in the other end.
Tim, oh my gosh.
He's just trolling us now.
Yeah, he is. He is. He's just getting a rise out of me. I know he is.
Yeah, but yeah, look, really positive performance, and it's a pity we didn't get the 3 points because that would have really taken the pressure off going to Anfield on Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, because
yes, Apache.
yeah, such and Fredericks. Don't forget Fredericks. Yeah, would have won that game, Tim. Tim would have won that game if Fredericks was playing. But but yeah, look.
The inside jokes are coming out. I love it.
Yeah, but look. In a way, I know it's difficult. We don't win at Anfield. Moyes plays against the badge. He's terrified of Liverpool. He plays
Yeah,
against the
that's what
badge.
I'm afraid of. It's gonna be another match where it's just gonna be inviting all the pressure.
Yeah, I have. The worry for me is that we'll do like we did in the opening day against City. That we won't lay a glove on Liverpool. Moyes is far too cautious and negative against teams like Liverpool, particularly away. So that's my big worry now, that we're going to have a complete nothing performance at Anfield where we just don't lay a glove on them. Whereas the opposite should happen. This should be a game where Moyes knows he's got a free hit. He's not going to get stick for losing against Liverpool if we go up there and have a go. He's not.
No, I mean, if Moyes is anticipating always losing, why or against the Big Six, why don't you just throw everything you have at it then?
Yeah, just go up there and say, right, guys, have a go at this lot. We're gonna try and beat them. Let's go up there. Let's get after them. High tempo. Let's go for goals. Let's see if we can score some goals. And
I mean, this is a weak Liverpool team right now too. That's the thing.
Yeah, and
if there was a time to go, like to put it to Liverpool at Anfield, it's now.
yeah, I mean, why sit back and be cagey and lose 2-0 in a nothing performance? Do you know what I mean? Just go up there and have a go at them. Get after them. See if we can score some goals. They can be got at defensively. So I'm really going to be I'm going to be so fucking pissed off, Chris. Like if we don't go up there and have a go, I really am.
That's the thing. I honestly think I'm going to say that the reason that Antonio didn't play bar the last 3 minutes is the fact that we're going to play Antonio on Wednesday.
Oh God, don't say that. Fucking hell.
Tell me I'm wrong. I mean, now under the claim that Antonio's fresh.
Yeah. No, I think Scamacca will start. I really do. I think it's at the point now where Scamacca is our first choice number 9.
He should.
I really do.
I mean, it's Moyes at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, I think Scamacca will start up at Anfield. He's too good. There'll be no excuse to not play him. Zero. So now that's not to say Antonio couldn't start. I'd have no problem with Antonio out in the left wing.
Exactly. But he's gonna.
He's played out there before. He can be very effective out there, but he's not going to do that because that's just too many attackers on the pitch at one time. He's going to play Fornells on the left.
That's what I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating it personally, just from historical precedent, just based on Antonio playing 3 minutes, just to get his legs about him for Wednesday. It's going to be a front line of Bowen, Antonio, Fornals.
Yeah, I still think Skamaka will play. I
I
think
hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
no, I think Antonio will be on the bench again. Yeah, I think he'll be on the bench again, but I think he'll start Bowen, Paqueta, Fornells, and Skamaka as the front four. All this depends, of course, on the formation. We don't know yet if Dawson and or Zuma will be available
Very
for the
true.
Liverpool game, but we'll see.
We can definitely get. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're a third of the just or we're just under a third of the way through the season, and Liverpool's sitting down in 12th place. This is not a strong Liverpool team right now. It might be later at the end of the season, but right now, this is the time to go after them. This is the chance. If we had a time to go after 3 points at Anfield, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, but you know what Moyes is like.
Exactly.
Yeah, Moyes is always negative in these games. He just wants to kind of sit back and see if we can hit on the counter, but we end up just having no possession and
I
losing the ball. Because the one thing about Liverpool's players is they do run a lot, they do work hard. So if we're getting penned back and penned back and penned back because we're sitting in, we're not going to be able to get the ball out of our own half. We're going to end up just hoofing it downfield,
yeah.
and then the pressure's coming straight back on again. It's pointless doing that. Go and have a fucking go at them. If we lose, we lose. It's Liverpool away. We know we very rarely win up there anyway. So if I could
And that's why
go out,
I think that I think the vast majority of the fan base is going to say, give it a go for it. Like if we would like you were saying, kind of alluded to, I don't know if it would be you as well, but I'd personally rather lose 2-1 after like going for it than losing 2-0 and just inviting all the pressure.
yeah. And I think if Moyes was to speak to like a group of fans, say, well, what do you think about Wednesday night? We would absolutely all say to him, look, just go up and have a go at them. If we lose, we lose. If we lose, we lose. We know it's Liverpool away. It's a tough game. It's always a tough game. It's not easy to win at Anfield. We know that, but at least go and have a go. Don't lay a glove on them. Let's try and fucking bloody their nose at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, completely agree.
Yeah, go down fighting.
But and that's the thing with this team. We'll know exactly what the performance is going to be like an hour before. Once that team sheet's released, I mean, you might as well lay it all down there. I mean, if it's Skamaka up front and it's some sort of a back four, we're going for it. If it's anything else, not anticipating much.
Yeah. Well, look, we'll wait and see. But I know what I'm expecting. I'm Moyes is just so cautious in these games. He's so negative
Yeah.
against these teams. He plays. He sets up scared, which drives me crazy because I've in tweets I've called it flat out cowardice, and
It
there
is.
have been games. There have been games where I have called Moyes a coward for the way he sets up in these games. So I want to see a change of attitude up at Anfield on Wednesday night. I want to see a manager who says, right, let's see if we can't do this lot up here. Let's have a right fucking go at this,
Yeah.
and see if we can score some goals because we've got goal scorers in there. We've got goals in us.
Yeah.
Okay, we were unlucky today, didn't get our just rewards, but you never know what will happen, Chris. It's not like we haven't done it before. Went up there in the 15-16 season, put 3 past them and beat them. It happens. And we're capable of a result up there.
Yeah. I agree.
So yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
But as for today, just very unlucky. And Declan Rice, man of the match, absolutely magnificent all
Facts.
game. Just drove the team on, scored a great goal. He's just a phenomenal player. I love watching play football. So, Paqueta's getting there as well.
Yeah, he's showing a lot of heart, so I'm very encouraged about him moving forward. But yeah, like you said, I mean, it's just completely unlucky today. Somewhat disappointing we couldn't find the winner in it, but at the end of the day, a point is a point. Helps us further along the season. I mean, I believe that. Let me see here. yeah, loss would have kept us down in 13th, or 13th if not 14th. So I mean, we're sitting 12th right now, going into Liverpool on Wednesday. So
Yeah, and it's important as well. Like, this is a 6 pointer against Liverpool.
it is. It really is.
It's a
You
six
go.
pointer because they're currently they're drawing 0-0 still with 15 minutes to go against City. Hopefully, City can find a goal from somewhere, keep Liverpool behind us. And we go into a 6 pointer on Wednesday, and I mean, it would be massive
Oh, son of
to win up there. Or today.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching on Now TV, and they're always a couple of minutes behind
I don't have
in the
anything
feed.
that shows it yet, but I'm not.
Oh, horrible defending! He let Mo Salah clean through. Horrible defending. Just a long hoofed ball, right up the middle from.
No, that's great. Now they're gonna have the confidence of potentially beating City right before our match. Great. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, look, whatever happens Wednesday, like I said, just go up and look and have a go with them.
No, I completely agree.
Listen, they're obviously look really up for this game, because they're at home to City and they want to make a statement, so they're all up for it. They're all hyped. They could have the opposite then, like the come down. As home to West Ham, still a big game, but not like the City game, and they could be flat. They could come out flat on Wednesday. We've seen it before. So, we have to be ready to kind of get at them. And if they are a bit flat, take advantage.
Yeah. Well, listen. Yeah, like I think we've kind of exhausted everything we can kind of say about this match, and looking forward to Wednesdays. Just want to apologize about last week with regards to the Fulham match. Yeah, they are the Death Star. But just weren't able to figure out a time. We were both unavailable. I was out of town.
Oh yeah, look, there might be the odd game that we missed, but we'll get most of them.
I will say, moving forward, most of the season, I will probably be unable to do many midweek matches. It'll depend on the day. Starting November 7th, my job, I switched to 1 to 9 p.m. shifts here in the States, so that's kind of impossible to do the shows at that point. But we'll figure out something as we go. I'll be here for the majority of the matches. Any matches I can get to or that I can do, I'll do. Wednesday is one that I will be able to do, so we will be back here Wednesday. Anything else? Anything else, Tommy, before we wrap it up?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything, Chris.
Yeah, I completely agree. So listen, I just want to thank, as always, Tommy, for joining me. I want to thank everyone for joining us in the chat. Disappointing today, but I look forward to Liverpool. Hopefully we can take it to them. Hopefully Moyes is a little bit positive with the lineup, as we've been discussing. Hopefully we can come away with something. But until then, come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons.